What is would you camp with it? It's a question I've been asking myself a lot. I've accumulated a heap of followers lately, which I'm incredibly stoked about, but I'm wondering if people are asking the same question. I think my content's pretty consistent in what I'm doing, but I like trying new things and doing different stuff. So I'm wondering if people are wondering what the direction is. This is more of an exercise for myself really than anything, but I got a big question. What am I doing here? And I think that's what this video is all about. Just to kind of run through the thoughts in my head. I'll take these off. It's just a thought exercise, really. I just wanted to run through and kind of get myself aligned on what my content's about, where I've come from, and what am I doing in the future with this. A question that might not have been explained very well from the videos I've done so far is, where did this all start? Well, I'm hoping it's incredibly obvious. I have a huge passion for camping and four-wheel driving. It's something that at this point in my life really consumes me. Before I started Would You Camp With It, I was doing a lot of the same stuff, really. Less talking into cameras and that sort of thing, but still going camping with friends quite regularly to places like Moreton Island, Double Island. We'd go for the occasional bush trip, but I'd always had a bit of a bug to get some content from the trip, something to give us some memories from the thing. And it's kind of nice to look back at a lot of that content and go, wow, that trip was awesome. Can't wait to do that again. So at that time, I was mostly doing reels for Instagram. So I'd just take a bunch of videos throughout the weekend, all the highlights from the trip, cooking on the campfire, all the beautiful views, sunsets, mates having beers, all that. And I'd put it together after the week and just slap some music over it. It was a time where Instagram was just starting to allow you to put music over the top of your reels and really have a deep control of that. So I was loving it. It was a real awesome creative outlet for me. While I really loved doing those, there came a time where I was getting a little bit more creatively hungry. On top of being really passionate about four driving and camping, I've got a really crazy obsession with the gear that you buy. So I was always interested to purchase new things. Almost every camp trip, I'd have some sort of new item that I wanted to try out. I think that's where the idea of Would You Camp With It started, basically. I knew I had different bits of gear that I just really wanted to show off. And I kind of just wanted to talk about them too, just in a fun way, not in necessarily a super critical review kind of way. I just wanted to be like, this item's cool. I like it. A good amount of it would be canvas gear bags, basic things like that. But yeah, there was no borders of what I would talk about. Anything that was a bit of gear that you would take camping, just kind of felt like talking about it. So I kicked off the idea to start a YouTube channel, not thinking it would really go anywhere. And it still hasn't. But it's something that I'm actually thinking a lot more serious about lately. Certainly much more than when I first kicked it off. The first video that I did was a really basic idea. I did it on the swag that I was using at the time. I just wanted to start it off with something that I had been using really regularly and that everyone could relate to. People were using rooftop tents and all sorts of other stuff at the time, but they were probably less popular than they are now. The old humble swag was something that most people would buy for their first camping trip. So I had a crash pad swag at the time. I thought I'd run through some basic thoughts on that. I'm pretty happy with how that went as the first video. But from there, the bug grew. I was hooked. I wanted to do more of these videos. The idea of the channel started off as talking about products. The name, Would You Camp With It? Would you camp with these items? But it quickly grew from there as more of an excuse to go camping. I already wanted to do it as much as I could. This was now my reason to do it more than I could, or push those limits, try and go out regularly. I was still trying to keep it focused on products. When you're a small YouTube channel, you've only got the budget that you had to start with. You can only buy the gear that you could afford at the time. So I would be talking about things I'd already bought. I wasn't necessarily going out and buying extravagant things. I definitely wasn't prepared to be going and spending big dollars on very expensive products that people might want to see reviews on. So from there, my channel quickly transformed into being my camping trips as well. So lots of destination videos. And I think that's where a lot of my enjoyment is. I like talking about the products candidly in between those videos, but I really do like to go do those trips and just kind of take you guys along for the ride, basically. So the budget still wasn't massive for those camping trips, and it still isn't now. With the motivation to do this YouTube channel, I was trying to show different locations, and that's where I'm going from here. So at the moment, I would say one of the biggest questions about my channel that I'm asking myself personally is, what is my main content? So destination videos is absolutely the main one, but I like to pepper in a bunch of reviews isn't the right word, but features on products that I like. Some of these are products that I've bought with my own money. A big one for that is my Dometic fridge, which you would have seen a review. And the other kind of features that you see lately, I've been getting a couple of brands that have been helping me out. It's gear that I already know is going to perform. So of course I'm going to talk good things about that kind of gear, but there can still be negatives or something that works really well for you. So I try to talk about those products in a really balanced way. The third major part of my content at the moment, as you would have seen, I bought a 40 series Land Cruiser at the start of this year. To sum that up, my content is basically gear features, destination videos, and also a build series. And it's going to grow from there. I'll do different things and all sorts of stuff. I don't know what that might be yet. And I'm happy to try different things as well. But for now, that's kind of the three main things I'm focusing on. With the gear features, I'm not limiting myself to any particular brands or types of products or anything like that, but I'm trying to make sure that it's things that I actually use and want to use as well. So the two biggest ones that you would have seen have been K-On, which is based up in Brisbane, and AOS, Aussie Outback Supplies over in WA. Most importantly, their gear is the sort of stuff that I absolutely love. It works, it's all Australian made, which is a huge thing for me, and it really suits my setup. It's quality, their customer service is top notch, everything about them is great. So they're guys that I will constantly quite happily talk about. There's other brands that I've used as well, which are certainly getting that way. But for now, you'll see a list that's in each of my video descriptions of brands I use and trust. Those two are in there, but I'm certainly hoping that'll grow over time. I think there's a lot of stigma that if you get something from a brand, the expectation is for you to only say good things about that brand or that product. And I don't necessarily think that's true. With this YouTube channel, I kind of position myself so that I'm only taking stuff that I know I'm gonna like. But then if there's elements of those products that I don't really like after I've had that use, I'm quite happy to talk about them as well. I don't take any of that gear with any kind of agreement that I won't say negative things about them. But I'll also pass that feedback on constructively to that brand as well. The idea is I'm gonna try it out. I'll let you guys know the reasons to get it. And if there's a reason to not get it, I'll let you know that too, but I'll also pass it on to the brand as well. I'm gonna say that in a constructive way. That's gonna help that brand improve that product and their image so that people who do buy that product are gonna get a top-notch product. There's a lot of favorite locations that I have in my videos. One of them being Moreton Island. And I've done 2 videos over there so far. My most recent one that you may have seen already was actually, let's say, it's probably fair to say that it was clickbait. So I see a lot of videos about Moreton Island on how great it is, and it is great, but I wanted a video that stood out from the rest of those videos that say, here's why you should visit there. The video is called 10 Reasons to Never Visit Moreton Island, but really they're 10 reasons to actually visit it. So if you watch the video, it's a bit of a piss take, but in reality, I'm talking absolute positives about the place, and I've got really nothing bad to say about it. There's a couple of places that we go out west. We're in the Gold Coast, so we have to travel quite far to visit really picturesque places in the bush. The idea with this channel is to keep getting to further and further places away. And obviously I've got some dream locations like the Simpson Desert, Cape York, maybe some places in WA or down to Tasmania and stuff like that. I don't do too much hard off-roading in this thing, but I would like to as well. We've actually got a trip coming up really soon that's in Sundown National Park, and I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get with that, but I'm hoping to at least push my skill set to the limits. I'm sure that thing will tackle it fine, but do a little bit of off-roading. We'll see what happens. But there's definitely some major locations on the radar that I want to get to and cover as a destination video for this channel. So brand reviews, destinations that I want to go. What about the 40 series? So what am I planning with that? Well, I've said it a lot in the videos that I'm doing. The major plan for that at the moment is to just get it on the road. I'm purely just excited to have a heritage looking 40 series that I can take for some lighter camping trips local to my area, load it up with as minimal stuff as possible, which is sometimes hard for me, but just take it to some basic trips. But there may come a time where some serious building happens for that vehicle. I don't want to make any promises, but I've got some ideas if the budget comes to me that I'd love to pursue with that thing. So we'll see how it goes. At the very least, it's getting a suspension refresh, and I'm doing a bunch just to tidy it up. Hopefully some decent wheels and tires, redo all the brakes and all that sort of thing. But I just want to get it out camping. So I'm looking forward to that, but I'm trying to bring you guys along for every step of the way that I'm putting into that. So this might be a question that someone's asking. Why do I enjoy this? Why do I like going out and filming everything when I'm going camping? Well, a little bit of background about me. For the longest time, I've been obsessed with photography, and I see this a lot in YouTubers as people people that have started out as wedding photographers or some kind of creative in that kind of way. So I went to uni to study photojournalism, and through that, my work life has been a lot of marketing, branding, creative type roles, a little bit of website stuff and all that sort of thing. A lot of little skill sets that have come together and actually made it feel very natural for me to be doing this kind of thing. And at the same time too, I'm using very basic gear at the moment. I'm shooting this right now on a phone. I use a GoPro. Probably the most techie bit of gear I've got is the DJI drone that I use. Oh, a little bit more background about me actually. I would consider myself a relative newcomer to four driving. I've been in it for about 10 years. Like I bought a 60 series, yeah, literally 10 years ago, and that started the bug. But there's so many people that have been into four driving since they were the youngest kids. Their parents probably took them all over the country. As soon as they got their license, they got a four drive. So for anyone that might know me personally, might know that my passion for vehicles actually started out in Japanese drift cars. There's a little red Corolla that I had that had a little bit of notoriety to it. And I spent a good 15 years of my life building that. I changed engines in it about 4 times. The last engine was an SR20 out of the S14 Sylvia. And it was my very favorite thing for a very long time. Drifting was my passion, much like four driving is now. But it was the thing that I was just obsessed with. I wanted to do every weekend. And I think a lot of that drive has transferred over to this now. So I think that's a pretty good explanation of where I've come from, a little bit. This is a question I'm asking myself, probably more than anyone else is asking, but where do I want to take this? I don't know. I want to see where it goes. This is well and truly my hobby at the moment. I will absolutely smash through the week, excited about going camping or working on the 40 series. Can't wait to get away for a trip and just film it, talk about either the products I've taken with me or the destination that I've gone to, or if it's the 40 series, run through all the stuff that I've done for that. So I'm wanting to build on that. And I can see it's resonating with some people, and I understand why too, because I watch the same kind of content. So I'm highly influenced by a lot of other YouTube channels. It's not just four-wheel driving channels, but there is a lot of them. You guys probably watch a lot of these guys as well. There's guys like Aussie Arvos, Tyler Thompson, TJ and Mac. Shane Mostyn from Have a Crack is a big inspiration for me as well. He puts some awesome stuff out. I really like the way he shoots his videos. I also watch a lot of other stuff like Whistle and Diesel, Big Time, Speed, a lot of car related stuff. It's not necessarily four-wheel drive related stuff, but things that are a bit more on the higher end creatively, but talk more about sports cars, Japanese cars, all that kind of stuff. So I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of that. Not necessarily watching it to get the inspiration, but it's just stuff that I enjoy watching, right? So why not take influence from it? I can waffle on for hours. That's probably why I enjoy doing this. I don't necessarily like the sound of my own voice, but I enjoy talking. I enjoy talking and dribbling on about random stuff. I like telling people about new things that I've got. I like talking about the location I'm at. So I think that's why this works. But I just thought I'd share some thoughts about this channel and where it's going, particularly as it's gained a little bit of popularity lately. I started this out with, oh man, I don't know. I think I was stoked when I got hit 50 subscribers on this channel. And we've just hit 1,000 recently. I am in disbelief that there's 1,000 people that want to watch my videos. So thank you to you if you've subscribed. Thank you to you if you've just watched as well. But really appreciate those guys that want to continue watching my content. If you're watching this and you've got thoughts on what you've liked about this channel so far, let me know. I've had some incredible people putting some comments down. I've said this in a few videos now, but it's really awesome to interact with people that have really enjoyed the content, and it drives me a lot to just do the next thing. So cheers to you guys. Don't be afraid to tell me what could be done better in it as well. But yeah, summed up thoughts there. Bit of a different style video for this week. If you did like this video, give it a like. This isn't my normal type of video. Definitely go check out some of my other videos if you haven't. And if you have, and if you like those other style of videos, I always appreciate when you guys give a subscribe. It helps my motivation to do this more and more. So I'm excited to see it grow, but I'm also excited just to want to do more. So thanks for that. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you.